Hello Wanderers, welcome back to the channel. Dave the Tabletop Wanderer here, and today I'm going to be doing my first ever devlog. And why is it my first ever? Because I've never created a game. Well, not really. I have dabbled a little in it, but today I wanted to talk a bit about what is going on with the game that I'm creating right now, how I got here, inspirations, and sort of all that stuff. But first, a little bit of history. I said I've never created something. That is completely wrong. A couple of years ago, about 2 years ago, more or less, me and a mate of mine, we created a little sort of board game sort of thing, which was based on soccer or football for all of you in the States. No, soccer for all of you in the States, football for all us Europeans. Me and my mate, we created this soccer game. It was called, and it is called Soccer Blaze. It's totally free. You can go and download it on itch.io, and it's sort of a little board game. And we messed around with it. Actually, I printed it out. It's a PNP. I printed it out on an A3 sheet of paper, and then I took it to work, and the kids had a blast with it. And what happened was we actually had a tournament with that game, which was really, really, really fun. And then we started thinking about doing a TCG, a trading card game around Soccer Blaze. But then, he went his way, I went mine. He stayed playing video games. I came into role-playing games, tabletop role-playing games, and solo, primarily solo, which is what this channel is all about, right? And a couple of weeks ago, I thought about trying to do something. Like I said in my other video, I am a creative sort of guy, and I thought, okay, let's do a trading card game. Which has evolved from trading card game to just a simple card game, to be honest. I thought when I started writing out the rules and stuff like that, I started to see that it wasn't too trading card gamey sort of thing. It was more of like a boxed set, and you play and so on and so forth. I say that a lot. It's me. So yeah, inspiration. Where did I get my inspiration from? I talked about it a little in my last video. Groo the Wanderer. I love that comic book series. It's one of my favorites. Groo, Usagi Yojimbo. I love those two series. I actually had all the Groo comic books, but my mum, when we came from Australia to Portugal, she felt like it was a bit of a burden, and she threw them all out. Thanks, Mum. I did have all of those. I have read them online. I really do love them. And Usagi Yojimbo is also a fantastic character and a fantastic setting also. What else? Discworld. I love Terry Pratchett's work. I've practically got all of the books, the whole shebang, because I do like reading. I'm a big reader, if you haven't guessed already. And yes, my library in the back is the right way up today. Cheers for all of those that noticed that my last video, it was upside down. Thank you, mate. But yeah, I am an avid reader. I'm always reading, constantly reading a book on a PDF. I do prefer physical books though, but they are really expensive, especially game books. They are really expensive. So for RPGs, I mainly get PDFs. But my inspirations were, going back to inspiration, basically Groo the Wanderer, Usagi Yojimbo, a little, Discworld, and a little sprinkle of Conan, because it's Conan. Who doesn't like Conan, right? That's it. So, what is this game that I'm creating? Simply put, it's a solo / RPG. Well, a solo RPG / fantasy / whatever you want to put in front of all of that. Card game. You'll be fighting against monsters, against dragons and ogres and goblins and all that stuff. You'll be picking up items. You'll have boons. You'll have mishaps or misfortunes. I'm not going to say, well, I am going to say it's fantasy, generic fantasy, but I'm trying to put a little twist on it with the humor of Groo and Discworld. Okay. You play as a wanderer. who has a set of cards, and then you got enemies deck, and you flip and you resolve encounters and events and stuff like that. Okay, where is the game at this moment? At this moment, the game is, what have I done? I've gotten the first draft of the rule book written out. So I've got more or less the mechanics of it all written down. I just have to go and fine tune them. I've got the hero cards, because you will be able to play as heroes. I'm still thinking about that. I really don't know if I want to have heroes straight off the bat, or like 4 heroes or 2 heroes. If I do go with heroes, I'll probably go with 2 heroes first, so that you can, build your deck around the heroes. I forgot what I said. Hero cards, enemy cards, more or less. The events, I've got some events, I've got some boons, I've got some mishaps. Set items. Within items, you have your armor, you have your weapons, you have potions and stuff like that. I've got a whole Google sheet with ideas written down, and I'm going through them one by one. I think I'm up at around 20 odd cards so far, a mixture of heroes and items and boons, and so a mixture of all those categories. I've got about 20 cards, more or less. I've got a whole lot of ideas for them also. But let me know down in the comments if you'd prefer to have the first part of the game with 2 heroes or without heroes. So the heroes will give you a certain advantage, like off the top of my head, like if you play a barbarian, you could play an X amount of cards on your turn. You get a basic attack or something like that, right? What else? I have the name of the game, which I think I have already announced, but I'll announce it at the end of this video also. And yeah, that's about where it is. Images, art. I'm not a good drawer. Never have been, but I am working on it. And this is one of the reasons that I also wanted to get into making this game, because I do like seeing art that people do, and I want to be able to do that also. So I am slowly, doing some sketches and stuff like that. So I've got, let me do this like this. So like this. So I made sort of a coin, that's a sword, and that's a sausage. And if you join those 2 up, you get the name of the game. Yeah. And so I'm, doodling and, well, if you can call these sketches, I don't know. You let me know. So some of the art I will be doing myself. Some people have chimed in and offered to help with the art, and I really do appreciate it, as others have also chimed in and offered to do proofreading, playtesting, stuff like that. That's amazing. Like, fantastic. Thank you for all of those that have offered to help. If you do want to help, I've got a channel, a text channel on my Discord. The Discord link will be down below, and you can join up and, throw out ideas, like ideas for characters or ideas for abilities or stuff like that, and I'll get all those down and try and integrate them some way into the game. Art-wise, that's where I'm at. I've got 3 little doodles. I've got plenty of art to get through. So I will try and make the art myself, what I can. And of course, I will be, if people donate art for the card game, I will use it, of course. That's for sure. Okay, I've talked about how can you help. I've talked about the Discord. Drop on by the Discord, throw out your ideas, and let me know how you feel about the game, if you're interested in the game. In the future, we'll see how this goes. I'm not going to put a timestamp or a date to finalize all this, because I do have a full-time job, I do have family, I do have friends. Yeah, I got some friends. But yeah, I got a lot of stuff running around. I do have my music gigs. So this is one of, like Solo Spelunking said, don't get burnt out. For me, this is one more way for me to be able to escape all that hectic things that I'm doing in my professional life, right? But yeah, this is more of an escape with an objective, with a purpose, with a goal, if you could call it that, a goal, which is to make a card game. And then we'll see how it goes up in the future. So I'm not going to say, okay, by December I have this all down and it's out for sale and stuff. No, I'm not going to go that way. When it's ready, it's ready. Okay. And bear in mind, because I will be trying to do all the art by myself, it's going to take a little while. Okay. And I just threw up on my community page on YouTube, right here on this channel, I threw up a poll, and the poll says, hello Wanderers, as I'm hard at work on the game I announced last week, and hard, do you think that I should make a separate channel for my card game, or a playlist on this channel with the update videos, so these devlogs and all this stuff? Would you rather have a separate channel, right? So a channel with the game name and everything about the game on that, or I can do a playlist here on the Tabletop Wanderer and have it all, in here. So far we got one vote, thank you, and it's voted for a playlist on the channel. So I'll leave it up for a couple of days and see how it goes, okay? There you go. So now, before we finish, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Head over to Discord, enter the Discord channel or server. Check out my Facebook group also, where I post up regularly of videos, and other people post up their stuff also. There's a really good series from a member who writes up his, how should I say, his adventures. And let me just get right on here and I'll tell you who it is, because I forgot his name because I'm getting old. Leon Chapman, he throws up his adventures in text form, and I love reading those things. They're really good. And he throws it up on the Facebook group. So yeah, go ahead, join the Facebook group. I've got a couple of files there with stuff that I've worked on and other people have worked on. I'm also working on a little table for enemies and stuff like that for Outgun Adventure, or any pulp adventure, to be honest. Yeah, it's called Pulp Action Enemies. I got a little bit of a tables, a couple of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tables there, and I'm going to be doing some for Pulp Action Adventure events and stuff like that. Okay, I'll then throw it all up for free on Facebook. So go ahead and join the Facebook group so you can get a look at those. Okay, and yeah, and that's about it. Oh, what's the name of the game? Yeah, I nearly forgot about that, didn't I? Okay, so as you can see from this here, we have a coin, we have a sword, and we have a sausage. The game's called Nothing About Coins. The coin is actually one of the event cards, if I'm not mistaken. One of the first ideas that came to my head was that coin. So I did a little doodle of the coin. So the game is called Swords and Sausages. See you on the next one. Bye-bye. Welcome to the Crooked Kingdoms, a land of magic and mayhem, and occasionally sausages. You are a wanderer, roaming the roads, forests, caves, and mountains. You know, all the places a proper fantasy hero is supposed to go. With a sword in one hand and a sausage in your backpack, you travel from coast to coast in pursuit of fame, fortune, and if possible, more sausages. Monsters will try to eat you. Kings will try to hire you. Taverns will try to overcharge you. Such is life in the Crooked Kingdoms. This is Swords and Sausages.